Alright guys, welcome to the channel. So today we have a lot to discuss, and today we're going to talk about transfer news and daily news. I'm going to put them together because I want to put all of this all in one video. Since I'm going to have you guys here, I'm not going to put into two separate videos. So we're first going to talk about the Griezmann and Neymar situation. So earlier today in the morning, Griezmann and Neymar were in a article, and in that article, according to Mundo Deportivo, it says Griezmann finds it okay for Neymar to come in and he doesn't mind the return of the MSN. And if we look further into this story, it states that Griezmann has given the green light for Neymar to come back to the club. And when I read that, I'm like, okay, first of all, when you mean by green light, you mean like Griezmann is giving the club an okay for Neymar to come in? Because first of all, Griezmann has no right to say, okay, this player could come in, this player could come out. That doesn't exist. So look, first of all, Griezmann has no voice to say who comes in and who comes out the club. It has never worked like that at FC Barcelona or in any team ever. We have seen stories like this happen multiple times throughout the past like 3 seasons. Like for example, right here it says Lionel Messi wants Barcelona to sign his international teammate Tagliafico. Then we can see another one here. Lionel Messi furiously asked Barcelona to sign 3 expensive players, and so on. There's a lot of articles that come out related to stuff like this, and none of those ever came out true, because at the end of the day, it's not their job. Even a player as powerful as Messi would never say to the club, hey, sign this player. So what makes you think that Griezmann is going to be saying, yeah, it's okay for Neymar to come in, I don't mind the MSN reuniting together? So it just doesn't make any sense. So it has never been their responsibility to decide who leaves and who stays. The only person to take responsibility for these decisions is the sporting director, Eric Vidal. He is the guy to decide who comes in and decides what signings are best for the club and what players fit best in our system, or like what player fits our culture best. And you can call him a technical director also, like he has both. He's very good at both positions. So if you see any article, any newspaper, any webpage claiming that this player wants this player to come into the club, it's not going to be true, because Griezmann is not in the position to do that. And another point that I want to make is that even if Neymar does come in, it's not going to hinder Griezmann's position, because you have to remember that Griezmann is a striker. So if Neymar does come in, Griezmann will be a striker and Neymar will be on that left flank. But that will be a whole other separate video. I'm not going to explain how the Griezmann Neymar Messi partnership is going to work. That's going to be a whole other separate video. Just keep in mind that if Neymar does come in, it's not going to hinder Griezmann's playing time. Nice try, Mundo Deportivo, but this rumor is out the door. Now I want to give my updates on Todibo. So we all know what's going on between Todibo, right? And I'm going to keep updating you guys on what's going on. So I'm going to speak about what Frederic Masada said recently, who is the AC Milan sporting director. He said this: Todibo is an interesting player. We will see if we can complete this transfer and if the conditions are advantageous, but we have other options. We think we need a defender to complete our squad. And based off what he said there, I believe that AC Milan is starting to lose their patience, because even a sports journalist, Nicolo Shira, has also stated over the few days the negotiations has stalled and AC Milan want conclusions to this as soon as possible. Look, if we read the last few lines that he said, but we have other options. We think we need a defender to complete our squad. So AC Milan knows that they are in great need of a defender. They know they have other alternatives, and they know that time is running out. And Todibo is yet to make a decision. The club and Todibo are yet to both find a right deal for the player. It also has been reported that Maldini wants to buy Todibo, but with no buyback option for the Catalans. And look, listen, when I read this report of what Maldini said, if that's the case, if that's the reason why Barcelona and AC Milan haven't come into an agreement, then I don't want to do any business with AC Milan, because I have explained multiple times that I do not want to give Todibo away with no buyback option inserted in the loan deal. It would not make any sense, and I have been saying this over the past 3 videos. And to me, with these words coming out of the sporting director and Maldini, I feel like AC Milan, the club as a whole, doesn't even know what they want themselves. And I feel like AC Milan doesn't know what they want to get from this deal. So to me, they look lost. So if AC Milan has no idea, then I personally don't want to do any business with that club. And I feel like if Barca can't find a conclusion with AC Milan, then we shouldn't loan Todibo to AC Milan. And so that's just my opinion. If that's how it's going to go down, I don't want it to go that way. Now I quickly want to talk about this one player who has been on ESPN, Bleacher Report, and I'm going to talk about him quickly. So it is about Arda Turan. He is a player we signed back in 2015. Now, Turan and Başakşehir, which is a club that Turan is playing for. I don't even know if I said it right, but that is the club that he is playing for. They terminated the contract between Turan and that club, which means at the moment, Turan is playing for no club and he is heading back to FC Barcelona. And he has been on a loan since 2018 from FC Barcelona, but his contract does end on June 2020 this year. Now, at the moment, Turan has a decision to decide if he wants to play with Barcelona for the next 5 months until the end of the contract, which is in June this year, or just join a different club. And if you're going to ask me what I would do with Turan, I would just send him to another club, because first of all, we don't need him. Our midfield section in Barcelona is way too saturated. We even had to loan Alenia out from the squad, so it doesn't make any sense to bring in Turan. The second reason is that he's going to be an absolute waste on the bench. We're wasting Turan's time and we're wasting our time, which is the club. And that leads me to my third reason why he shouldn't come, and that is because he is not good enough. He would not provide anything to the team. He is just not Barcelona's level. I don't even know why we signed him in the first place, but yeah. So thank you for your service, Turan, but it's time to part ways, and I wish you good luck on your next journey. Now, moving on to Vidal. We did have the CEO of Inter Milan speak up about Vidal, and this is what he said. Interest in Vidal? We have not yet reached a conclusion, as we want to take it calmly and make the right decisions, even if that should mean no signings at all. And this was according to Sky Sport Italia. So clearly we can see here that this is another Todibo and AC Milan case. Inter really wants a player like Vidal, but are unwilling to pay the 20 million euros that Barcelona are asking for. Now, according to Mundo Deportivo, it has been said that Vidal's agent will meet with Inter Milan today to design a plan for his client to depart from FC Barcelona this month. And what really makes this statement very interesting is when they say design a plan for his client. And to me, that can only mean one thing, and that is design a payment plan for Inter Milan, meaning AC Milan and Barcelona could come to an agreement on paying 10 million now and 10 million later, maybe in the summer of June. Or it could be like 15 million now and then the other 5 million later, because that could possibly be an alternative. They could simply just not have the funds to put down the whole 20 million up front. That could be another alternative. If the agent is really making a designing plan for Vidal, that means that AC Milan are not willing to give up. They are willing to look for other alternatives, and the agent is planning on making that plan for Vidal and Inter Milan. Now, moving on to Emerson. News has surrounded Barcelona lately about Emerson. Emerson is a Barca player, but he is loaned to Real Betis. And right now, at the moment, if Barca wants to bring Emerson, they will need to pay Real Betis 16 million euros. And Emerson has been performing amazing lately with Real Betis. At 20 years of age in this season so far, he has provided 3 goals and 4 assists. With these stats, it has only pushed Barca to bring back Emerson, because they do feel like Emerson is ready to be Barcelona's right back. And I'm going to be following up with this one because it's going to be very interesting to see how Barcelona approaches this player and how they approach this situation, because like I explained in my last video, Barcelona really has no official right back, and Barcelona is looking for that next Dani Alves who can produce assists and goals. And we'll see where this goes, because we know that Barcelona right now has a lot of options on that right back position. They just don't know who has the most potential to be that next Dani Alves. At the moment, we have Sergio Roberto, Nelson Semedo, Emerson, and Weg. So there is a lot of options. Barcelona doesn't have the problem of looking for a right back. Right now, they have the problem of choosing the right back. So let me know what you guys think about Emerson. Do you guys like the way he plays? Do you like his style? Do you think he's ready? In my opinion, I believe he is ready. I have seen a couple of games from him, and he does like to play with the midfielders and the forwards. He likes going up. He does remind me of Dani Alves. He does resemble Dani Alves a little bit. He just needs those right players in order for those plays to go on well. You know what I mean? Because at Real Betis, Emerson doesn't have the right quality players in order for him to bring the best version of himself. So if Emerson can play with Messi and De Jong and Suarez, I believe we can see the best Emerson at Barcelona. He just needs to be surrounded by the right players. Now I want to save the best for last. So the squad has been announced for the game against Atletico Madrid. I had to talk to you guys about this because not only has the squad been announced, but it has been confirmed that Riqui Puig and a couple of Barca B players will be going to Saudi Arabia. And it's super exciting to see Riqui Puig finally get his opportunity to potentially play in this game. But look, we don't know if he's going to start or even get 45 minutes of playing time, but I believe he will get minutes. It could be 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, but as long as he gets to participate in this game, I believe Riqui Puig is good enough to produce enough within that 15-minute time frame in order for Valverde to say, yes, this guy is ready to play in the Barcelona first team. And it has also been reported that Valverde is looking to rotate the squad in this game, because if Barcelona wins against Atletico Madrid, that means we will have another game on Sunday, this coming Sunday, meaning that we're going to have to play 2 games within 4 days. So it's going to be very compact, 2 games in 4 days. Some players will have to get rested, so rotation has to be used in this tournament in order to prevent fatigue. But that's going to be a whole other separate video. Tomorrow I'm going to make a Barcelona pre-match preview for this game. I'm going to explain how we should approach this game, who should start, what I want to see from this game, and I'm also going to explain how we can tactically beat Atletico Madrid. So it's going to be very exciting. There is so much to talk about in that pre-match preview, so stay tuned to that next video, which is going to come tomorrow, because we play Atletico Madrid on Thursday. So be on the lookout for that. I'm going to make that as soon as possible. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for showing all the love on all my social media platforms, and I'll see you guys next time.